Welcome to another deep dive. And guys, seriously, you sent us a wild one this time.
Yeah, this U.S. Department of Justice press release is like ripped from the headlines, international crypto conspiracy, the whole nine
No
yards.
kidding. And what's scary is this isn't some movie, right? This is hitting people's wallets, their lives. We're talking about crypto fraud on a whole other level.
Absolutely, the kind of elaborate schemes where you almost have to admire the creativity, but of course only almost because the damage is very real.
For sure. So before we get too deep in the weeds, let's make sure everyone's on the same page. This whole case seems to hinge on something called a pump and dump scheme.
Right, the classic.
I've heard the term thrown around, but honestly, I'm not sure I totally get it. Can you, break it down?
Okay, so picture this, right?
Yeah.
You've got a group of investors, they're in cahoots, and they decide to artificially inflate the price of a cryptocurrency they own.
Okay, so they're trying to create buzz, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's more than just hype, right? They might use these things called bots, basically, like computer programs that automatically buy and sell really fast, making it look like there's all this activity, like this coin is about to take off.
Ah, so it's all about creating that illusion of, massive demand.
You got it. That's the pump part. Now, once they've sucked in enough unsuspecting investors who see this supposed surge and think they're going to miss out,
Then comes the dump.
bam, they sell off all their holdings at that artificially high price. The price crashes back down to earth, and everyone else is left holding the bag, wondering what hit them.
Ouch. So it's basically like a rigged game, and everyone else is playing with loaded dice.
Pretty much. And this press release, it also mentions this other shady tactic called wash trading.
Right, right. What's that all about? I feel like that one's flown under the radar a bit.
Wash trading. It's sneaky, right?
Yeah.
Okay, imagine a used car lot. Yeah. But instead of trying to sell to actual customers, the employees are just buying and selling the same beat-up cars back and forth to each other.
At higher and higher prices each time, I'm guessing.
Bingo. So to anyone watching, it looks like these cars are in such high demand, right? Prices are soaring.
Yeah.
But it's all fake.
Yeah, totally misleading. They're creating a false market.
Exactly. It's all smoke and mirrors. And that's essentially what watch trading does in the crypto world, creates this illusion of booming activity to trick real investors into thinking something big is happening.
Man, so we've got this pump and dump, we've got wash trading. It's like they were really working overtime to game the system.
Oh, yeah. And what's crazy is they weren't even really hiding it.
That's what's so strange about this case to me. It seems like in this DOJ press release, they were almost bragging about it.
Right. Like they thought they were invincible.
Yeah, come and get us. It's
Yeah.
wild. And they actually named some of the companies involved, too. It reads like a who's who of, crypto bad boys.
Seriously. And the amounts of money we're talking about, it's mind-boggling. Like Saitama, for example.
Oh, yeah, Saitama. At one point, they were valued at, get this, $7.5 billion.
Billion. With a B. It's insane.
Yeah.
And they were making all these claims about having,
Yeah.
revolutionary products, game-changing tech.
Right, even that they were working with regulators, remember?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trying to look all legit and above board. Which, as you might have guessed, turned out to be, well, let's just say allegedly not true.
Yeah.
Classic move, though, right?
Yeah.
Playing on people's fear of missing out, that FOMO.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone wants to get in on that ground floor, be part of the next big thing.
Right. So they create this hype, this artificial sense of urgency, and people rush in thinking they've struck gold.
And then there was that other company, Robo Inu, wasn't it?
Robo Inu, yeah, they're a whole other story.
What's their deal?
Well, the interesting thing about Robo Inu is they actually kind of admitted to using some of these tactics.
No way, really?
Yeah. Talk about a cautionary tale. They were riding the wave of a trend, tried to pump up their token's value, and then, well,
Poof.
pretty much gone like last week's viral video.
Wow. Makes you wonder how many other companies are out there doing the exact same thing, right?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And here's the thing. It's not just the companies themselves. This whole scheme involved these other players called market makers.
Market makers. Okay, so if the companies are the actors, the market makers are the directors.
Kinda, yeah. They're like the puppet masters behind the scenes, pulling the strings. You see, in a normal market, market makers, they're supposed to, keep things running smoothly. They're the ones making sure there's always someone to buy and sell from.
Okay, so kind of like the referees of the crypto world, making sure everyone's playing by the rules.
You got it. But in this case, they were allegedly in on the whole thing. Instead of ensuring a fair game, they were allegedly helping to rig it.
Oh, wow. That's a whole new level of messed up. And they weren't exactly being subtle about it either. Like, there's this one quote here from a company called ZM Quant, right? They were boasting about how their trading bot could create volume and pump the price.
Yeah, talk about bold. And then there's My Trade. They were allegedly giving clients a literal dashboard where they could choose how much wash trading they wanted to do,
Wait, hold on. A dashboard. Like, they can just dial up the manipulation.
apparently. And it gets worse. One of their quotes that really got me was, and I quote, "The objective is to make sure that people you don't know about or don't care about lose money."
Man, that is rough. Like, it's easy to forget that there are actual people on the other end of these trades, right? People who might be risking everything they have.
Exactly. And that's what makes these schemes so insidious. They prey on people's hopes, their dreams, their desire for a better future.
It's heartbreaking. Really makes you stop and think twice about jumping into any investment, you know? Not just crypto.
Oh, 100%. A little bit of healthy skepticism goes a long way.
So we've got these insane schemes, companies playing fast and loose with the rules, market makers acting like, I don't even know, casino operators. It's crazy. Where does it end?
Well, that's what's so important about this Department of Justice press release. They're stepping in, drawing a line in the sand.
It really feels like a turning point, you know? Like, we all knew this stuff was going on, but to have the Department of Justice step in like this, that's huge.
Yeah, it's a really big deal. It sends a message, crypto crime might feel like the Wild West, but the sheriff is here and they're laying down the law.
Totally. Like, we see you and we're coming for ya. But does this mean, like, the end of crypto crime? Is that it? Game over for the bad guys?
I wish it were that simple. Sadly, I think wherever there's money to be made, you're going to have people trying to cheat the system. Crypto is still so new, so unregulated. It's like a magnet for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, at least this is a step in the right direction, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's a major victory.
Yeah.
Not just for law enforcement, but for everyone who's interested in a fair and transparent crypto market.
Totally.
Mm.
And hopefully it makes people think twice, you know? Like, before they jump into any investment, especially crypto, they'll do their research, ask questions, not just get swept up in the hype.
Couldn't agree more. Education is key. The more you know about how these scams work, how to spot the red flags, the safer you'll be.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this wild ride through the world of crypto cons, what's like the biggest takeaway you want our listeners to remember? What's the one thing they should take to heart?
Oh, that's easy. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Don't let that fear of missing out, that FOMO, cloud your judgment.
Truth. Do your homework, trust your gut, and never be afraid to walk away if something feels off. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into the dark side of crypto. Thanks for coming along for the ride, everyone.
It's been a wild one.
For sure. And listeners, keep those tips and those questions coming. The more we all know about this stuff, the better off we'll all be. Until next time, stay safe out there.